right, class, these are our notes on type of relations. It should be page 1 in your functions packet. We're going to go through these notes. So all of these on the first column are types of relations. Relations are basically a situation where you have two variables. There's an x and a y, an a and a b, and what's happening between the x and the y. So the first one should look, they should honestly all look really familiar. The first one is a set of coordinate points or ordered pairs right here. The only thing that's added on are, and there should be one right here, it must have gotten cut off, a set of braces to show they all go together. So those are ordered pairs. And those ordered pairs could also be written in a table form. So what you want to do when looking at a list of coordinate points or ordered pairs or a table is you're going to test it to see if it's a function or if it's not a function. They're all relations, not all of them are functions. So here's the test. If it is a function, the x's don't repeat. You'll only see one of each x. If it's not a function, the x's do repeat. You'll see more than one of an x number. Hopefully what you're noticing is that really it's all about the x's. We do not look at the y's when we're talking about functions. So using the examples given, the x number is the first number. So it's the 0, the 3, the -3, and the 2. So you kind of do what I just did. You read them out loud to yourself, and you see, is there only one of each? So there's only one 0, there's only one 3, there's only one -3, there's only one 2. This is a yes. Okay, same thing goes with the table. Your first column, your left-hand side, is always your x's or your inputs. Your second column is always your y's. So you only have to focus on these numbers when you're doing the test. 1, 2, 4. There is only one of each. This is also a yes. So an example of what not a function would look like, I will do ordered pairs just because it fits better here. So I'm going to give you some ordered pairs. You'll notice that they're separated by commas. Okay, so looking at the x numbers, I'll switch colors so it's easier to see. I have a 1, a 2, a 1, a -2. So right here, the 1's repeated. This is a no, it's not a function, okay? And that's the first test. Moving on. The second way you might see a relation is a mapping diagram. Okay, so this way we have two circles that kind of show all the x's in a set of a relation and all the y's. They just always put them all together. The big thing to know is just like a table, the x's are first, the y's are second. And you'll notice that the arrows go from an x to a y. So in order to test a mapping diagram, we are going to focus on the arrows. Okay, so again, 1 is your good number. If you see one arrow out of each x, that means it is a function. If you see more than one arrow out of an x, it is not a function. So in this case right here, it's -8. There are 2 arrows coming out of -8, so it is no or not a function. So what would one look like that is a function? It's arrows like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. You would only see one arrow coming out of each number. This is a yes, and it doesn't matter positive or negative, it's just how many arrows are coming out of each x number. If you only see one, 1 is the good. Okay, last but not least, you can have a function that is a grid or a graph. The important thing to remember is that, let me move this out of the way. The actual graph is this blue circle, okay? This line right here is an axis. It is a background. It is not part of the graph. And this axis right here is background. It is not part of the graph. It is just, like, I don't even know. It's just like guide. It's a guideline. So the test is called the vertical line test. Okay, so what you're going to do, and that's why this red line is here, you're going to draw a vertical line and you're going to draw it through the function so that it touches at part of the function. Okay, again, 1 is your good number. If that vertical line touches 1 time, it's a yes. If that vertical line touches 2 or more times, it's a no. So this function right here touches 1 and 2. So this is a no. Let's see, a graph where it might be, okay, so if I had like an absolute value graph on here, okay, we can even put it on the graph. So let's say this was on our grid, and I move that red line through it. See, this only touches 1 time. This is a yes. Ooh, move the wrong thing, so I guess. Whereas this touches twice, it's a no. At the bottom, we have a definition. To be a function, every x must be associated to only one y. This is the official formal definition. You might even see it on a test question, so it's important to know. Every x for only one y. Okay, at the bottom, just a quick review. The domain of a function or relation are the x numbers, values, in order, so smallest to biggest. And the range are the y values in order, smallest to biggest. You just have to remember that domain goes with x and range goes with y. Alphabetical worked for me, so D comes before R, X comes before Y, so I don't know if that'll help you, but that has helped me in the past. So these are the notes for page 1 if you need to get them down, if you need any other help with them, and it goes along with the practice problems that follow. So hopefully that will help. Please let me know if you have any other questions.